What is going on, everybody? Josh, Old School Cards. Thank you for coming back. Thank you for giving me another opportunity to talk hockey cards with you. This is going to be a season wraparound episode, and we're going to talk hockey cards. We're going to talk season awards. We're going to talk playoff hockey. It's going to be a good. It's going to be a very good, uh, fun time with the show. And first of all, I want to talk about Upper Deck Flagship 24-25 extended series that came out not last Wednesday, but the Wednesday before that. Last Wednesday, we know uh, probably everybody's favorite holiday of the year was the Cup. Um, Watched a lot of the Cup get broken, but today we're talking extended series and some of the things that I found that caught my eye. So I personally am a collector who likes to collect SPs, SSPs, those types of things. So that's what we're talking about today. And the first thing that popped up that I saw come out was a full force thermal threat Connor Bedard. This is an Easter egg in 24-25 Upper Deck Extended Series, but uh, unlike when they previously released thermal threats in 2015, Connor Bedard is the only player that you're going to find on thermal threats. I have 4 thermal threat cards from 2015. I have Alex Ovechkin, Sidney Crosby, Wayne Gretzky, and a rookie, Connor McDavid. So that's the first Easter egg. If you see it, it's very rare. I think I saw like one get pulled in like 12 cases, something like that. So super rare little Easter egg. No odds, no pack odds, nothing on that one. The second one, this is the Easter egg that I'm interested in the set. It is the Playmakers cards, and the reason why is because I like the fat head design style cards, and usually they are SPs or SSPs, and I already do own 2 of these. I picked up a Matthew Tkachuk and a Leon Draisaitl, and I'm very excited to add some more. I will be adding more in the future when they come along, but that's Easter egg number 2. No pack odds, no odds on those either. But these, all the things that came out on May 29th. And the last thing I wanted to talk about, this is what all the hype around the product is the buyback Young Guns rookie cards of Alex Ovechkin. So there's 8 of them. Uh, they are actual Young Guns rookie cards. They're hand signed by Alex Ovechkin, and they are hand numbered by Alex Ovechkin. And the last one, right here, the one that's showing, is inscribed by Alex Ovechkin. Great 8 out of 8. So they're numbered to 8. There's no knowing which ones are going to be in e-pack, which ones are going to be in boxes. I do know that number 1 out of 8 has been pulled. I saw that on social media, sports cards nonsense. So now there are 7 left, and people are chasing those out of the product. One of the things I really wanted to do with this episode was talk about the trophies. The trophies at the end of season awards for all the hockey players. And so I wanted to talk about the trophies, the finalists, and give you guys a little bit of info on that before they started handing them out. So I did this research a couple weeks ago, but it was imperative that I got this out before everything came out, because then it would have kind of been irrelevant. But the Hart Trophy, it's the NHL MVP award, essentially. It's voted on by the Professional Hockey Writers Association, and we're going to look at the finalists. First finalist, Leon Draisaitl of the Edmonton Oilers, who's playing in the Stanley Cup. 71 he played in 71 games during the regular season, 52 goals, 54 assists, 106 points. A couple notes on Draisaitl: 6-time 100-point scorer, 4th season in a row scoring 100 points. And this season, he led the league in goals with 52, game-winning goals with 11. Draisaitl's a one-time Hart Trophy winner previously in 1920. Second individual, Connor Hellebuyck of the Winnipeg Jets. 63 games played, 47 wins. He had a goals against average of 2.00 and a save percentage of .925. Hellebuyck led the league in games played with 63. He had 47 wins. Yep, got all that. He did have 8 shutouts. He's a 2-time Vezina and a 2-time Jennings Trophy winner. So that's Connor Hellebuyck, the second finalist for the Hart Trophy. And the third finalist for the Hart Trophy this year is Nikita Kucherov. 78 games played, 37 goals, 84 assists, 121 points. He's a right winger for the Tampa Bay Lightning. And Kucherov led the NHL this year in points with 121, and it's the second consecutive year that he has led the NHL in points. And he has won a Hart Trophy previously in 1819, so he won it the year before Draisaitl. Now, my prediction here is that the winner is going to be Leon Draisaitl. He has to be. He quietly plays behind McDavid and doesn't get all of the love that McDavid gets. But, I mean, leading the league in goals, game-winning goals, it's just, okay, Kucherov led the league in points, but I think Draisaitl is obviously the MVP. So my prediction for the Hart Trophy is Leon Draisaitl. The Ted Lindsay Trophy. So this is kind of like the MVP, except for this is the one that the players vote on, and they are the ones who say is the most valuable player in the league. So the National Hockey League Players Association gets to vote on the Lindsay Trophy. So even though Draisaitl was a Hart Trophy finalist, he is not a Lindsay Trophy finalist. But number one is, again, Nikita Kucherov. 78 games, 37 goals, 84 assists, 121 points. Talking a little more about Kucherov. He was tied with somebody else on this list for the league lead in assists with 84. His 5th 100-point season and his 3rd straight 100-point season. And Kucherov is a 2-time Stanley Cup winner. Number 2 on the list, Nathan MacKinnon of the Colorado Avalanche. 79 games played, 32 goals, 84 assists, 116 points. And he was tied with Kucherov for the league lead in assists. And it's his 3rd straight season with 100 points or more. And finally on this list, Cale Makar, a defenseman, 80 games played, 30 goals, 62 assists for a total of 92 points. And it's Makar's second 90-point season. He's done it back-to-back years, and it's his first 30-goal season. My prediction on the Lindsay Award is probably going to be, I'm going to go with Nathan MacKinnon just because of what he was able to do throughout the regular season and then leading into, even though they got beat in the first round of the playoffs, he was putting up points like crazy. It just happened that Rantanen and the Dallas Stars clipped him in Game 7, but definitely see the value in Nathan MacKinnon, and I have a feeling that the players are going to see it the same way. I think that even though Kucherov is a finalist, Makar is a little different story. It's kind of hard to put the Lindsay Award on him being a defenseman, but he's definitely the top defenseman in the NHL. Everybody would want him on their team, but I would think the same would be with MacKinnon or Kucherov, but I have a feeling the players are going to go with MacKinnon, and he will be the Ted Lindsay Award winner for this season. And Now we're moving into the Norris Trophy. This is the best defender in the NHL. Who gets to vote on it? The Professional Hockey Writers Association. So this is the best defenseman in the NHL as viewed by the hockey writers. Number 1, Quinn Hughes, the defenseman from the Vancouver Canucks. 68 games played, 16 goals, 60 assists, 76 points. Hughes got hurt kind of in the middle of the season, middle towards the end. So that's why his games played are down. But he is widely considered a top 5 defender in the National Hockey League, and he is the first finalist. It's his 3rd straight 70-point season, and he has won the Norris Trophy previously in 23-24, so he did win it last year. But finalist number 1, Quinn Hughes. Number 2, Cale Makar, 80 games, 30 goals, 62 assists, 92 points. Little repetitive. He scored the most points this year of his career with 92. He also has won a Norris Trophy in 21-22, so he's no stranger to this list. Like I said, he's widely considered to be the best defender in the NHL. Offensively, especially, he is a play driver for sure from the defensive position. And the 3rd finalist is Zach Werenski of the Columbus Blue Jackets. This year, Werenski played in 81 games, had 23 goals, 59 assists, for a total of 82 points. This has been Zach Werenski's best year in the NHL. He had career high in goals and assists and points. So all 3 of those numbers are career highs, and this is Werenski's 9th season. Unfortunately, I don't think it's going to be enough to put him ahead of Cale Makar. Makar had over 90 points, 30 goals. He's dominating the league year in and year out, and I have a feeling that the hockey writers are going to agree, and it's going to be my prediction for the Norris Trophy. It's going to be Cale Makar. And now we're going to move into the Vezina Trophy finalists. So this one's a little bit interesting. This is the best goalie in the NHL, and the general managers of all 32 hockey teams get to vote on the best goalie in the NHL. So our first finalist, no stranger to this list for sure, is Connor Hellebuck of the Winnipeg Jets. 63 games, 47 wins, 2.00 goals against average, and a .925 save percentage. He's had 5 top 5 Vezina finishes. He's over a half a point below his career average on his goals against. His goals against average for his career is 2.56, so he is at 2.00 this year. He had 8 shutouts. He led the league in games played, wins, and goals against average. Those were all tops in the NHL from the goalie position. And he's a previous 2-time Vezina winner and a 2 times Jennings Trophy winner. Finalist number 2 is Darcy Kemper of the LA Kings. 50 games played, 31 wins, 2.02 goals against average, and his save percentage is .921. Previously, he's had 1 top 5 finish in the Vezina voting, and that was in 2018-2019. This year, he had 5 shutouts. He's a 1-time Stanley Cup champion, and he is also over a half a point below his career goals against average. I believe he's 2.54 goals against average in his career, so 2.02 goals against for this year is a really, really solid year for Darcy Kemper. I think the Kings were pleasantly surprised with his performance this year, and he played great this year. He did play great. And the last finalist for the Vezina is Andrei Vasilevsky of the Tampa Bay Lightning. 63 games played, 38 wins, 2.18 goals against average, and a .921 save percentage. Vasilevsky had 6 shutouts. His 2.18 goals against average is the lowest of his career. It's more than a third of a point better than his career average of 2.52. He also tied for the league lead with 63 games played. He's a two-time Cup champion. He won the Vezina in 18-19. He won the Conn Smythe in 2021 when they won the Cup. And he's a six-time top five Vezina trophy finalist. So definitely all three guys very worthy. They brought a ton of value to their team. Hellebuck did struggle in the playoffs. However, my pick for the Vezina this year is my guess that it's going to be Connor Hellebuck again, winning his third Vezina trophy. That's my prediction. That all three of these guys, you'd love to have them in net for your team. But I do believe that Connor Hellebuck is going to be the Vezina trophy winner. Now we're going to move into the Calder Trophy finalists. So this is basically the Rookie of the Year award for the NHL. The Professional Hockey Writers Association are the ones who vote on the Calder Trophy winner. And let's look at the finalists. First one, Macklin Celebrini from the San Jose Sharks, played in 70 games, 25 goals, 38 assists for 63 points. He finished second in goals among rookies behind Matvei Michkov, second in assists behind rookies, only to Lane Hutson. So well-rounded, high ceiling guy, and he is performing very well. Macklin Celebrini is the first finalist. Finalist number 2, Lane Hutson of the Montreal Canadiens. He played in all 82 games, 6 goals, which isn't really that big of a deal because he is a defenseman, but he had 60 assists and finished the season with 66 points. He led all rookies in points with 66 and assists with 60. So even though he is a defenseman, he was the rookie leader in points, but that's because he put up such a astronomical number in the assist department. So Celebrini was a forward, Hudson's a defender, and the third finalist is a goalie. So they spread the love around, and it's Dustin Wolf of the Calgary Flames. 53 games played, 29 wins, 2.64 goals against average, and a save percentage of .910 or 91%. Wolf had 3 shutouts, a 2.73 goals against average is a half a point off of what the Vezina winner is going to be, roughly. So this guy's a rookie, and he's already right around career numbers for guys like Hellebuck and Vasilevsky and those types of guys. Another interesting note was that Dustin Wolf, I believe, led all goalies this year with 3 assists. So most goalies don't score points, but he did score 3 points this year, assisting on 3 goals. So those are your 3 finalists. Honestly, this one could kind of go either way. My prediction, though, is going to be Macklin Celebrini is going to win the Calder just because of how well-rounded of a player he is. He is a forward, but his goals and assists are balanced. He had a high point total. I know he didn't lead all rookies in points. That was Lane Hutson. But Lane Hutson had 60 assists. So he's an assist machine, but he's not really a goal scorer because he scored only 6 goals. So not trying to compare Hudson to Cale Makar, but Cale Makar scored 90 points and had 30 goals. So if Lane Hutson could have some kind of production like that, then I could see him easily winning the Calder Trophy. And Wolf, nothing to shy at, but he also was not a Vezina finalist. He's a little bit off of that. Had a great year, but my prediction is Calder Trophy winner is going to be Macklin Celebrini of the San Jose Sharks, just because of how well-rounded of a season he had. He played well in all phases, and the Sharks are not a very good team, but he played extremely, extremely well. So now we're going to move into the Selke Trophy. So this is the trophy for the best defensive forward. It's also voted on by the Professional Hockey Writers Association, and our three finalists are the captain of the Florida Panthers, who are playing in the Stanley Cup final against the Edmonton Oilers, is Alexander Barkov. 5 times he's finished in the top 5 voting for the Selke Trophy. He has won it 2 times, and he does have 1 Stanley Cup. This year he played in 67 games, 20 goals, 51 assists, and 71 points. Not super relative because this is the best defensive forward, but I thought I'd put him up there just so you could see his offensive value as well, or what his contribution both ways. Number 2 is Cirelli from the Tampa Bay Lightning. 80 games played, 27 goals, 32 assists, 59 points. He's finished twice in the top 5 voting for the Selke. He's never won it. He's a 2-time Cup champion, and this year he had career highs in goals, assists, and points. But he is the second finalist in the Selke Trophy for the Selke Trophy award, and third time this will be his third time in the top 5, but 2 previous times in the top 5. So his defensive value is highly recognized in the NHL. Third finalist, Sam Reinhart of the Florida Panthers, who is also playing with Barkov. Reinhart, 79 games, 39 goals, 42 assists, 81 points, very well balanced. He has 1 Stanley Cup, and he has finished 1 time in the top 5 for the Selke voting. This will be his second time. However, I do think that he's probably not going to win it. My prediction is that it's going to be Barkov again winning it for the 3rd time in his career. Barkov just brings a whole nother element to that Panthers team outside of his leadership, even though he is the team captain. Just super, super valuable as a 2-way forward. The amount of points he puts up, the way he leads the team, and then obviously he's getting top minutes out there and playing great defense against other teams' top line. So I just don't see how Barkov does not win his 3rd Selke out of the 3 finalists. So that's my prediction on the Selke, is Barkov. Now we're going to move into the last award that I looked at. It's the Lady Byng finalists. The hockey writers vote on this award as well. It's the Sportsmanship Award in the NHL. And the first finalist, Jack Eichel of the Vegas Golden Knights, 77 games, 28 goals, 66 assists for 94 points. 1-time Cup winner. It's the first time he's qualified as a finalist for the Lady Byng, but this year he had a career high in assists with 66 and points with 94. So I think he's the first 90-point guy that Vegas has ever had in their short history, but he's definitely a driving force in that locker room and as well as on that team on the ice. Number 2, a little bit of an older guy, Anze Kopitar of the LA Kings, 81 games played, 21 goals, 46 assists, 67 points. So that's pretty impressive, especially at this stage in his career. He's previously won the Lady Byng 2 times. He's a 2-time Cup champion and also a 2-time Selke Award winner. He has 5 top 5 finishes for the Lady Byng. 80 games for the last 4 years, scoring over 60 points per year. So Kopitar's coming to near the end of his career, and he's played more than 80 games in the last 4 seasons and scored over 60 points in all 4 of them. So definitely a great guy to have on your team, a great guy to have in your locker room. The Kings have a real good one there, and I'm not even a Kings fan, but Kopitar just does it year in and year out. And the last one is Braden Point of the Tampa Bay Lightning, 2-time Cup winner, and he has finished 1 time previously in the top 5 for the Lady Byng Trophy or the Lady Byng Award. 77 games this year, 42 goals, 40 assists, and over 80 points, finishing with 82. Definitely just a model of consistency in that locker room, and he's a point per game player, a little over a point per game player. And my prediction this year, this one was a little bit tougher for me. I know Kopitar has won it in the past, but I think that this was just a real big coming out year for Jack Eichel and his contributions. It is a sportsmanship award, so I really think it comes down to Eichel or Kopitar, but I believe this year is the year that Jack Eichel wins his first Lady Byng award. Now we get to talk a little bit about cards, and this is what I wanted to talk about today. What contributes to a player's sports card value? And I wanted to touch on this just because, I was covering awards, and some of those guys have really strong hobby markets, guys like McCarr and McKinnon. And then some guys are just kind of very reasonable if you're a collector, like Kucherov stuff. It's a little pricey, but it's not what you would think for all these finalists and all the awards that he potentially has a chance at winning every year based on his play. And the first 2 things I had on my notes that I made were market and team, and that I think they kind of go together. So when I say market, I'm talking about like the region that they're in and also the team they play for. I think a lot of teams in Florida, even though they've historically recently been very good, it's not really a hockey market. So even though the Panthers won the cup last year and the Lightning have won 2 cups in the last 4 or 5 years, 3 of the last 5 cups have come out of Florida, but the hockey market itself is not big there. So I don't think that those players hobby market, I think that the player hobby market is devalued just because of the location. If those teams were in Canada or in the Northeast or places where there's a larger hockey market in general, those guys' prices would be through the roof. But because they play in a market like Florida, their prices are down. And I shouldn't say down, but they're more their cards are definitely more easily acquirable than guys like McDavid up in Edmonton or people who play for the Canadians or those types of things. Original 6 teams are big. I think that average players have better market value or better card value on original 6 teams just because of the provenance of, that was another thing on my list, the provenance of the team. So if they play for the Detroit Red Wings and they're an original 6 team and they're a good player and then they do something special like win a Stanley Cup or they're in the playoffs all the time, it's crazy. Like one guy I like to collect because I do love the Red Wings is Henrik Zetterberg. Zetterberg won 1 or 2 cups, but his market is pretty strong even though he hasn't played in a while. But because he played for the Red Wings and he has a cup, his prices are higher. Same thing with Yzerman, Lidstrom, those types of guys. So I think that plays a role in it. Personal life plays a role. Like, do they have they been arrested? I mean, it's really hard when you're dealing with modern players because they could be phenomenal athletes, but if they do something stupid outside of the hockey rink, it's going to dramatically affect the price on their cards. So a good example is, and it doesn't have to be like he got arrested for domestic violence or anything like that, but just like Jack Eichel. He was in Buffalo. He had some issues with management regarding his neck surgery. They traded him to Vegas. They allowed him to get the surgery. But all of that stuff played out in the media. And I think that his price has suffered because of that. Well, then he has the surgery, comes back. He's playing great. He's even won a cup now, and he's doing great things. And his card prices are average at best. And he's one of the better players in the National Hockey League. But I think it leaves kind of a bad taste in people's mouths, whether it's positive or negative. I mean, it wasn't really that big of a deal. I mean, obviously, it was big enough of a deal that they were willing to move him because they didn't want him to get the surgery that he wanted. But Buffalo and Vegas is a new franchise. The hockey market there is kind of not super strong. People are happy that there's a team there, but they're not rooted like the Bruins or the Rangers or some of the teams in Canada where, you know, like in hockey, Canada is the national pastime, or in Canadian, I should say, hockey in Canada is like baseball is in the United States. So it's like their national pastime. So anybody who plays hockey in Canada, they're big on CHL and all of that stuff. That's not even in the NHL, but they love their national players. But that goes to provenance, their career, their personal life, those types of things. A guy can have a great like a world tournament, like the World Juniors or whatever, and if he's from Canada, people are all over his stuff when he gets drafted, when his first cards come out, all out of a tournament that's not even has any bearing on outcomes in the NHL, but people use those as predictors or as markers. And then you look at guys who are longer in the tooth, like their career. Someone who has a fairly strong market, Patrice Bergeron, great career, Stanley Cups, probably a Hall of Famer, some personal awards. These are all things I think that affect card value. Connor McDavid, he wins all these awards, tons of personal awards. He's had a great career. He's killing it, and he doesn't have a Stanley Cup. His values are strong, but if he wins the Stanley Cup this year, his values are going to go up because that solidifies his place in history. His name going on the Stanley Cup is going to drive his card value up. Austin Matthews, big name, American, all the stuff, and his market is strong, but it's coming down. Why? Because the Maple Leafs are not having success in the playoffs. Now, if they turn around and win a cup, his stuff might go through the roof because Toronto is a huge hockey market. So these are all things that contribute to value when it comes to a player card. So just like one of the things that I recently watched, I'm a member of the Hockey Cards Gong Show right here, community, the Discord community, and they do a thing called Behind the Bench with Neil, who's also known as Irish Flyers Collector, and he just did a video for us on collecting what you love and being patient, and I just recently touched on that in one of my last episodes of being patient is a critical thing when we're collecting cards, and patience is huge. But there's so many, like, the thing that's the beauty of it is that you can collect what you love. So I personally, I collect Matthew Tkachuk. I collect Jack Eichel. These are guys who are playing currently that I like to collect. I'm not complaining that their value is below probably what it should be. I'm kind of excited about it. Like I don't mind the fact that their value is down or below what it should be, because those are guys I like to collect. And it'd be a lot harder to collect their cards if their value probably was what it should be. But I don't have to worry about that right now. And I get to collect some cool cards of these guys while their value, like if Matthew Tkachuk got traded to the Red Wings, my cards of his that I have might double in price. But then there's other stuff too, when it comes to cards and value, that it's all personal preference that you have to think about. I personally enjoy short prints, SSP, super short prints, cards that are just not, I'm not a set collector, although I build my own types of sets. So I'm building a 600 goal scorer rookie set. I've got like 5 cards left to get on that. But I also am kind of weird where just like I like the Red Wings, I also like the Dallas Stars. They've grown on me a lot since I moved to Texas. And a perfect example is Mikko Rantanen. I love the fact that he's a Dallas Star, but I have no interest in Mikko Rantanen cards from when he was with Colorado. I'll be all over the fact that the stuff that he has that comes out when he's in Dallas Star stuff, I'll buy that stuff. But I don't really have any interest in his earlier stuff. I do have a Young Guns because I do like Young Guns cards of his. But like if I want a Mikko Rantanen autograph, I want it on a Dallas Stars card, not a Colorado Avalanche card. And that's just me. Other people may not care. It may not matter to them. But that's the beauty of collecting hockey cards. It really is one of the best sports to collect in because the prices aren't astronomical and most cards are attainable. Like currently I'm looking at an Ovechkin Young Guns, picking up one of those, and I can get one of those cards, and he's now the number one goal scorer in NHL history, and his rookie card is affordable. In any other market, guys, any other sport, that might be impossible. But in hockey, it's not, because it caters to the fan, to the collector. So you actually have the leverage to collect what you love. So for me, being a Red Wings guy and a Stars guy, Chelios. Love Chris Chelios. I just bought an autographed card of Chris Chelios. Not when he played for the Blackhawks. I don't want cards of Chris Chelios when he played for the Blackhawks. I want cards of Chris Chelios when he played for the Red Wings. And I just bought one of him with a red pen ink on a Detroit Red Wings card. Beautiful card. Good price. Easily attainable. And that's where you can't get hung up on value. You just have to collect what you love, and you have to be patient about it. Like one of my favorite things to do, I buy 90% of my stuff on eBay, but one of my favorite things to do, find a card that I want, in the buy it now, click the like button or click on the heart to follow that card, and then it never fails within 48 hours, discounted price. And then you can sometimes go in and it's set up to where you can even make a lower offer on that card. So if I find a card and I go, hey, that's a $30 card, $35 card. A good example is the Leon Draisaitl Playmaker card I just bought. It was originally listed for like $90. I liked it on eBay. It comes back marked down to like $75. And I say, okay, well, I think it's a $35 card. So I send that guy an offer for $35 and he accepts it. And now I just got the playmaker, Leon Draisaitl, that I was looking for the price that I kind of felt that the card was worth, even though 3-4 days prior, that same person had that card listed for almost three times the amount of money. So patience is key, especially if you're trying to do this long term and you're trying to be somewhat frugal with the money you put into the hobby, because I'm going to put money in the hobby. So if I'm going to put money in the hobby, why not get more of what I want than less? And if all it takes is a little bit of patience to get a little bit more, that all that stuff adds up. I save 50, $60, and probably the card's not worth $90 in the first place, but two, that could be another card, another 2 cards, another 3 cards that I can acquire just because I was patient for 2, 3, 4 days. Sometimes you got to be patient longer than that, and you got to be okay with that, but that's okay. You just have to stay firm on it. Now, if there's something that you feel like you got to have because you're the collector and you got to have that card, then you have to justify the price in your head. So I just wanted to talk on that. I want to know your thoughts on it. That's my email on the bottom of the screen right there, oldschoolcards24@gmail.com. Let me know what you think about this little segment where we're talking about sports card value, especially in hockey, and some things that contribute. So if we're going to recap, let me pull out my list. And to be clear, I pulled up my list of little talking points. You can go super in depth in all of these, but these are the talking points that I had: the market, the team, statistics, personal life, career, championships, Hall of Fame, personal awards, and provenance. If there's something else that you think I missed or you think I should go more in depth on, right there, guys, email me. Let me know what you think. What are some things that you attribute to value when it comes to cards? How do you feel about guys being undervalued? Does it bother you? Maybe so, maybe not. Now, since we're talking cards, something that I've been looking at are weekly auctions. So these sales were finished on May 25th, 2025. And these are just some cards that caught my eye. And I really like them. So I wanted to share them with you guys. The Art Ross rookie PSA 3. If you don't know what the auction was, this was the Fanatics auction. Beautiful card. Look at that. $4,000, 28 bids is when it closed. Here's another one. Leo Carlson rookie autograph. Seismic gold, so it's out of 50. PSA 10, 564. And these are all, the only thing that, and my cursor isn't going to move on the screen, but I would love to have a Leo Carlson autograph card. I just hate his autograph. So I don't think, I cannot talk myself into buying a card with his autograph on it, because to me it looks like a scribble. And that's just a personal opinion. But Seismic Gold, I love OPG Platinum Seismic Golds. Beautiful card. Of course, can't talk about hockey cards without talking about the great one. This is roughly what I'm kind of looking at picking up here in the next month or so, is a Topps version of the Gretzky in a PSA. I'm looking around PSA 5, but this PSA 3 was really nice. Sold for $660. Great deal. Great card. That card is iconic. Couldn't believe it. Now this card here, inserts, short prints, perfect. This is all perfect for me right here. A Pavel Datsyuk, PMG Red from 2012 Fleer Retro, out of 100, and it's a PSA 6, and it sold for $222. But the color, I mean, that card is just awesome. I'd love to have that card in my collection. I did not buy it. It's not mine. I'm saving my budget for the Dallas card show at the beginning of July. But these are all cards I just found. Since we're talking about the Cup, which just released last Wednesday, my favorite card in the Cup is the honorable numbers cards. And it's a patch auto, Sidney Crosby, numbered to 87. It's numbered out of his jersey number, the number on the card. And the grade doesn't really matter. It's all about the card. Don't buy the grade, buy the card. And this card was beautiful. $960. So just under $1,000. Look at that autograph. His autograph is amazing. He needs to give lessons to some of these young guys in the NHL. So I just try to pick a few. This auction is ending June 8th, and these are the cards that I have my eye on. The Blue Cubes, rookie Connor McDavid out of 75. I don't even know what the price is on it now. I pulled these probably pretty close to a week ago when they came out. But beautiful card there. This PMG Gold, Vasilevsky. Super gorgeous card. The 54 Topps Gordie Howe, the very first Topps Gordie Howe in a PSA 3. This card is amazing. I like vintage. I like modern. But I like this card. I prefer this Gordie Howe card over the 51 Parkhurst. And when I do my 600 goal scorer purchase, it will probably be of this card instead of the 51 Parkhurst. Even though it's not a rookie card, it is his first Topps card because this is the first year that Topps made hockey cards. But definitely want this card in my collection. Number 1 goal scorer in the NHL, Jambalaya from Metal Universe. Alex Ovechkin. I'm just looking at, I'm sorry guys, I should be talking and I'm looking at these cards and just admiring them. All good looking cards. I like cards with guys who are holding the cup. So here's Mario Lemieux. Nothing crazy. It's just him holding the cup. This one had no bids when I found it, but another pretty cool card. 90 out of 91 Upper Deck. Just a card with him holding the cup. That's a really cool card to me. Something I would love to have in my collection. And now we get to show you what I picked up in the last week or two. So I try to put them in some groups. I'm a big fan of OPG Platinum, and I like these donning inserts out of the new metal product, but there's a Zetterberg auto. That one I got pretty cheap. It's a sticker auto, but it's still a really, really neat card. Some more Ottinger out of Platinum. Picked up a Rasmus Dahlin Young Guns in a PSA 9. And I like the Blast Furnace insert out of metal. So trying to do some rainbows on the Allure. So I do like inserts out of metal. I like the Allure rainbows. And I love Young Guns. So these are just some things that I pick up when I like them. I couldn't pass up that Gustafson auto. It was dirt cheap. I got it super cheap. But there's Thomas Harley, Silky Mitts, some Wyatt Johnson silver outbursts. I like the outburst cards. I really like the eye appeal on some of these. I would not want a red outburst of a Dallas Stars card because I don't want it to look like Christmas morning. So I like the silver with the Dallas Stars guys. I definitely love the red ones when it comes to the Red Wings because of the color match, but I think the silver really pops with the green and black on the Stars. Here's my crown jewel right here. Stature is such a a sleeper set, just a base Zetterberg auto on a stature card, and these are hard signed autos, so definitely something to consider if you're trying to get into autographs on cards. I cannot say enough about the stature autographs. But that's it, guys. That's what we got today. Sorry it took a little bit longer to get another thing of content out, but I wanted to make sure I had some good stuff to show you, and I don't think we could end on a better note than this Zetterberg auto. It's a beautiful card. I'm so happy to have it, and keep collecting what you love. That if you take anything away from the stuff I put out, guys, I hope you can tell that I'm passionate about what I get, but I want you to be passionate about what you get, because that makes me happy too. That's why I'm part of all these communities, because I want to see what everybody else enjoys. And to be honest, it helps to learn about other things. You may find something that someone else has already found and it really catches your eye and you like it, then you can start collecting that. But even if you don't want to collect it yourself, you get to see what other people are passionate about. And that's what I'm really grateful for at my age with the internet and all these content places, because there are so many things we get to see that were not available for us when we were kids. So you get exposed to so much more, then you can add other things to your repertoire or the things that you find interest in. And I hope you guys enjoy it. I'm just sharing a little bit of where I'm coming from and where I'm at in the hobby. And I'd love to hear from you guys. oldschoolcards24@gmail.com. Reach out to me. Send me pictures of stuff you like to collect. You start doing that, and I will post it on when I make content. I will put it out there. Hey, these are things that so-and-so is picking up, or these are things that this guy got. I have no problem sharing with the community what other people find interesting, but you got to send it to me. If you don't send it to me, I don't have the opportunity to share it with other people too. So I encourage you to share it like I'm sharing with you. Share it. If you don't want to do it yourself, share it with me and I'll share it, because I love doing that. That's what this is all about, is connecting with each other and sharing that love for cards, for hockey cards. So I'm an outlier in Texas, guys. I'm kind of like a lone ranger out here. There's not a ton of Texas hockey collectors, so I have to connect this way. So reach out to me, let me know what you got, and I look forward to hearing from you, talking to you all soon. Till next time, guys, keep collecting what you love.